Hey everybody, ScoutCrafter here again. It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. TGIF, you made it through another week. And today we have a nice episode. Later on in the episode, we'll finish up with some of those Tool Tote Challenge photos that I somehow got into the wrong folder or whatever. But for now, we're going to start off with a little story before this restoration. And it has to do with a good friend of mine by the name of Ben. You know him as the Tool Addict over in the UK. And Ben, I don't know, was it a week ago, 2 weeks ago, he came across a beautiful crate tool. I like crate tools. I have quite a few here. And his was a Baco. It was a pretty rare one. And, you know, you heard me recently talking about walking the line. When you get a really nice or a collectible tool, our hands are tied, you know. There's really not much you can do with them because you don't want them to lose their value and whatnot. But at the same time, you want to see them the way they were meant to be. So that's what I was talking about, walking the line. So Ben, one of his favorite tools, and he collects now. He collects a lot of different tools, but Baco is the one he's kind of settled in on collecting. And Bacos are great tools. And especially the early ones that he gets. So we don't see too many Bacos, early ones, anything here in the States. But we do have equivalents here. So I found an equivalent so that we could, you know, maybe make up for what Ben can't do on that one tool where I know he wanted to go, you know, well, he did a beautiful restoration on it. But, you know, his hands were tied, and mine aren't. So let's see what we're talking about. Now, Ben's Baco was, I believe, a number 40, and it looked very close, very, you know, similar to this one here. This is a Tomahawk Junior. What a perfect tool to go in the ScoutCrafter Junior toolbox. And you can see over here, it is the Bridgeport Hardware Corporation, okay? Let's take a look at the, you know, what we have here. We have a typical... You know, it wasn't beat on. You could see the face is in good shape. In the description, it says it was bent a little bit. You could see there's a little bit of a bow to it up here. We'll fix that on the dake. It's got the typical damage around the back here where it was pounded on when people were using it for crates or whatever, but really not bad. A lot of times these are, you know, these aren't really meant to be sharp, okay? They're meant to get into crates and stuff. They're not meant for chopping, so... you know, the tip is in good shape. It's a nice tool, right? And we can have a lot of fun with this. Now, let me show you what it looked like in one of my favorite catalogs. The Bridgeport line catalog number 23. This is a reprint. Okay, this is a reprint. You can see it was reprinted in October 2004. And these were available for like $8. And what a great catalog from 1925. You can see here the Tomahawk Junior tool in all its glory, and you can see it was $6 per dozen, so they weren't really expensive. And speaking of this catalog, you know, I've shown this before. Bridgeport Manufacturing from Bridgeport, Connecticut had some of the most beautiful tooling, but I always said, and I still stand to it today, that the drawings on this catalog are unmatched, even by today's, you know, photography. Now, a good friend of the show by the name of Ben Mall just did a beautiful restoration. Look at that auto drive. I know right now, 357 Magdat's saying, I like that. But Ben Mall just did a beautiful restoration, really beautiful, on one of the screwdrivers. And I think it might have been the Vulcan from here, or the Trojan. Here's the Trojan. You see that? So check out his channel. See if you can figure out which one it is. That's a beautiful little screwdriver, isn't it? And Bridgeport made a ton of them. Really nice ones, you know. Look at that. Look at that set. Look at the drawing. This is all done, you know, it's... Look at that. The closer you get, the better it looks, huh? I mean, you can... This is the kind of catalogs that I just love. You know, look at that Reliance here and the Matchless. So they did a lot of different screwdrivers. They even had ones that very much look like the perfect handle screwdrivers. Look at the Hercules. Isn't that nice? With this... Oh, yeah. I mean, I love screwdrivers, you know, even though I'm a plier man and a wrench man. Look at all these. Look at that. A heavy machinist screwdriver. Look at that. That's very much similar to the one we... So I don't know. I'll tell you the truth. I often wonder if other companies, they had some made for their company, because I can't see every single company, because there were so many identical tools. I can't see them tooling up for production for every company, unless maybe they just bought them and had them renamed for them. But okay, so let's get to this here. This is going to be a fun project. I really want to make this into a presentation piece. Let's get started. Okay, here we are at our post wire brush evaluation. Let's take a look at what we have. Look at the surface on that. Quite a bit of pitting. See that there? You know, it's not a bad stamping. You know, it looks, I love the lettering. The lettering is all nice and crisp. You know, it looks good. But, you know, the typical forge marks and we have some flashing or whatever around here. You see here around the back, around that axe part. And again, it is a little bit bent. We're going to take that to the dake now. While we're there, we're going to see if we can squeeze this. I tried hammering it down a little bit, but we're going to see if we can do anything better with the dake. See if I doubt it'll move too much, you know. And we'll see what we can do at the back there. Remember what that looks like. It's kind of, you know, it's hard to do it that it doesn't look like it's been altered. But this is it. And you know what I'm going to do too? I think with this one we'll weigh it. See how much we have to take off to do this one. Okay, this is always fun to see how much we have to actually take off to do this right. Now, we're going to place this on here. I have it set for grams. And you can see here it's 264 grams. And that is it's 9.4 ounces, okay? So remember that, and let's get... And here we are, everybody's favorite, the dake. Let's see the setup. Put the step cone on. We have 2 steel plates there, and let's see what we're going to do. Okay, we have the step cone. We're just going to use 2 scrap pieces of wood here. We could see here the bow is right here. It needs to be pushed down right there. Can you see that? It looks right about there. So place this over here. Turn it around so you can see it a little better. Right about there. It needs to be pressed down. I'm going to lower this down a little bit. Again, we always remember we have to go past it a little bit because of the spring action. Okay, that looks good. Let's give it a try. Okay, we're not even registering anything on the meter there. So let's push this up, the cone. When you get that, let's see what we look like now. Again, when you want to look at this, you kind of look at it straight down like this, okay? That looks pretty good to me. We'll tweak it if we have to. I think that was it. For next project, we're going to see if we could squeeze out this little, see it's a little mushroom there. Let's see if we could squeeze that out a little bit. And I have just a small piece of steel here, just to take off any pressure from the plate. And we're just going to get under here. And again, you got to hold the one end because we're afraid, you know, we don't want this to lift up on us. We're going to add some pressure here. See if we can't push that down a little bit. See how it's trying to raise the wrench up? You know, we'll see what we got here now. Okay, did it do anything? Maybe putting a little dent in the metal bottom plate we have there. We'll try it again. Again, we'll try and get on this side of the cone so it's not going to raise it up too much. Right about there seems good. There we go. All right. Now, that's about 3.5 tons. See what it did. Okay. You can see what it did here. It's moving it a little bit. Now, what a nice job that dake did moving that metal back a little bit. You know, that's all we wanted. Just, you know, just so that it'll look good when we're finished. We can always top that off now with the grinder. When you have little details like this here, you see that little detail there? You want to keep that because that, you know, looks nice. Over here, it's not as pronounced. But what we're going to do is we're going to take the Dremel and the drum, and we're going to work it like this over here and try and recess that a little bit so when we hit it with the grinder, that it doesn't disappear. Okay, now you see what we did here? You see how that's, you know, we ground it a little bit, so this way we're not losing that, and then we'll blend it in later. Okay, we're an hour and 45 minutes into this so far, and we have, this is what's done with the worn 60 grit flap disc. You see there, we still have some scratches. We're going to go through with a worn 120, get rid of some of the deep scratches. We're able to keep all the parts we wanted to keep here. But you see here now, this is just a little sharp on the edge and everything. That'll be all smoothed out. Remember what it looks like. The back, we still didn't address the back too much. We're going to get to that, but we got rid of all the seam lines on the top and the bottom of the head, and you know, it's starting to come through and it's looking real nice so far. Let's go finish. Okay, I got about 4 hours into this project, and I'm waiting for the paint to dry now. But you know, when my neck was killing me as I was working, I was thinking, how easy would it be to be a patina boy, huh? Right about now, I was just thinking. Okay, here we have our beautiful tool today that we're going to be preserving. And as you can see, this is a Croida, and this was a lineman pliers. And you can see the beautiful patina starting. We don't want to lose any of this patina, but we want to preserve it for future generations. And what we're going to do is use our special preservation oil here with an acid brush. And I hope the acid brush is not going to be too abrasive. Oh no, it looks very nice. And we will wipe this down with a special oil. And what we will do is we will let the oil dry and preserving. Look at the beautiful patina, how it is forming. And it's not removing any of it, so we're not damaging the tool in any way. What we'll do is we'll brush this on and we will let it sit overnight, and then tomorrow it'll be okay to put under a glass case where it'll be hermetically sealed and never to be touched again. Now, you know my favorite part. Remember what this pliers looked like before we started. And we are calling this project done. I must say, look at the beautiful sheen on there. The years of use and where it's just a testament to the patina and what it could do to protect the tool. I'm very happy with this preservation today. I have about 3 minutes into this project, and I'm going to have dinner. Maybe I can squeeze another one in tonight. The main thing is not to damage any of the patina. Okay. All right, that was fun. A little joking around, a little poking fun at the patina boys. Anyway, the paint should be dry. It's the next day. I cleaned up. It took me 3 hours and 45 minutes to do this tool. Let's go check it out. Now you know my favorite part. Remember what this crate tool looked like before we started. And we're calling this project done. This one here is what I think this tool was destined to look like. First of all, we got a little ScoutCrafter red in there. We couldn't resist that. But we did it in a traditional black. And when I say traditional black, you know, when you look at this picture here, see here, does that handle look like it might have a little black in there? You know, I don't know. Do you think that's what they maybe were going for? But here we go. We have the Bridgeport Hardware Corporation. The lettering is all done. We did this with the, like I said, the black inside. Look at the polisher. Everything on here now is nice, super smooth to the touch. We didn't go for a mirror. We did not go for a mirror polish, but We satined it out, but it just, look at that. It's just so nice. It's so smooth in the hand now. Something you would love to carry in your pocket. Remember the back, the trouble we were having with the back. Look at that back now. That back looks factory, doesn't it? It doesn't look like it was altered or banged down at any point. That's always something I enjoy doing. But there we go. Bridgeport Hardware Company Tomahawk Junior crate tool. And this is very much like Ben's tool. And if Ben could have done, this would be beautiful in the orange, that Baco orange with black lettering or something. But, for the Bridgeport, I did it in the black. It's just a lovely tool, isn't it? Let's weigh it and see how much we had to take off to get it to look like this. Okay, we have the scale set for grams. Remember, it was 264 grams when we started, which was 9.4 ounces. Now we're down to 240 grams, or 8.4 ounces. So we took off 1 ounce. 1 ounce of steel. Okay, 2 hardened nuts, a hardened bolt, and a washer comes in at 1 ounce, and that's how much steel we took off that wrench. The same amount of steel that's here is what we took off this crate tool to get it to come out like this. So in case you
Okay, last up, now we have the Tool Tote Challenge entries that somehow got misplaced or whatever the case may be. So let's check them out right now. We got some really nice entries. A couple of them, like Chuck from MRCR Maple Farms. Chuck over there he did a couple totes that were sheet metal, as so did John Crane. And I kind of wanted to learn a little bit more about sheet metal, and they did great videos accompanying those totes, so check them out. But these are the totes that somehow got misplaced or didn't come in at time. Let's check it out now. Okay, so there we have it. Beautiful job again by everybody that submitted pictures of their totes, and this was a fun little episode. We got quite a bit accomplished. I hope you have a great weekend. Thanks so much. Take care now. Bye-bye.